In your hand. Ready?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do the noise?
What noise was I supposed to do?
That noise. We're supposed to do that together.
Oh, I thought you were like gonna fart or something.
What the fuck? Shelby.
Spencer.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
The week's over.
It sure is.
We
Or has it just begun?
Have one heck of a weekend ahead of us.
Yeah.
But most importantly, it's time to record some SMSoup. You pumped?
I'm pumped.
Get pumped up. Come on. Where's the energy at?
Pumped
Let's go.
up the jams.
No.
What, that doesn't get you pumped up?
No. You're better than that. Come on. Wow, you actually look dead.
I'm so tired.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Shelby.
I'm energetic.
I'm not.
And as always, we're here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions. Like, waiter, how's the soup made? Shelby, how the heck are you?
Very tired. Today was a weird day.
You want to talk about it?
No. I mean, yeah, but no.
Okay.
I just went.
I need to understand. Are you about to talk about it?
I'm going to talk about
Okay.
it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
detail by detail.
Yeah.
Because it's not that good of a story. But I
Incredible.
left today.
One of the one time where I feel like you actually have a decent story.
Really?
Like, I feel like there's
but,
a lot
nothing
going
actually
on.
happened.
No, but there's like a good bit going on
Yeah.
in the story. That's kind of just like, wow, this is crazy. It's one thing after another.
Yeah. Basically, I was gone for like hour and a half today. And I had
Honestly felt like you were gone for an eternity.
It did for me. I really, it's been a long ass week, and I was like, I should really just want to go like thrifting, a really quick thrifting trip. So I was like, cool, that's what we're gonna do. It'll be fun. And it was almost the worst hour and a half of my life. Just literally too many weird interactions mixed with all around. It just felt like everyone around me was having weird and or just straight up bad interactions. And the energy was so off and my anxiety was increasing by the second. And like nothing happened, but it was just all really weird. And so as soon as I got home, I just was like, why the fuck did I leave today? Like that was the worst decision of my life. And recounting
it's Friday the 13th.
Recounting all of the details, literally you were like, thank God I wasn't there. You would have lost your shit.
I would have had an aneurysm.
Yeah, you would have lost your shit if you were there.
The storytelling, right, by now would be off the chain.
It literally was everything from an older gentleman just having like the strangest conversation with me and needing to like ask me questions about my tattoos, and that weren't really questions. Like he wasn't asking anything. He just was like needing to point them out.
Just needed to make comments about like every little thing.
Yeah, and then like what I was buying and inquiring why I was buying it, but none of it was malicious. It was just weird.
That you know of.
That I know of. It didn't feel malicious. It just was weird. And then I ended up at a McDonald's, and I didn't want to be at the McDonald's in the first place. But I was there, and like someone was yelling at a cashier and then trying to convince me they weren't a bad person 5 times over. It was a lot.
I said to you,
it was like, so much.
I was like, if you feel the need to say you're not a bad person, you are 100% a bad person, or at the very least in the wrong for whatever it is that you were trying to say you are not in the wrong for.
Yeah.
Because when you're not in the wrong, more often than not, you don't feel the need to tell people you're not in the wrong.
Right.
Unless for some reason people don't have the full picture.
And are like getting mad at you.
And yeah.
No, this was a situation where a gentleman was ordering literally was talking normal, and then a second later had an actual outburst, and the whole place went quiet because we were like, whoa, that was a lot. And then he immediately was like, it's been a bad day, but like it's clearly like still like worked up. And then he's standing around, and I feel like we're all kind of just like, that was really weird. And he somehow locks eyes with me and just is like, I swear I'm not a bad person. And I was just like, what do you want me to do with that? What do you want me? Do you want me to sit here and go like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Or do you want me to be like, we all have those days? I've never once just lost my shit on a service person. Really a stranger.
I was going to say.
Never.
If your defense is it's a bad day, you're a bad person.
Yeah. And then he was
you're
like,
an asshole.
For about 2 seconds, he's like, it's Friday the 13th. And then immediately like regrets even saying it. Because he's like, I'm not superstitious. I shouldn't blame it on that. And I was like, what is happening? So, yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know the history of Friday the 13th, but I didn't think...
It's supposed to be a bit unlucky.
I didn't
but
think
it's not supposed to mean angry outbursts.
Right. I didn't think its history was it turns everybody into a fucking twat.
No, I don't think... That's my knowledge.
And then people are just like flipping each other off on the road. And it's just like, we all understand. Don't worry, everybody. Tomorrow things will be back to normal. Nobody will be doing this again.
Yeah, there was just too much happening, like way too much. And it took every ounce of my energy out of me.
100% would have had an aneurysm with everything you were telling me. I would have just been like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it was just a million like, weird things.
Stop.
Stacking. I can't stand. That was really it.
I like cannot stand people like the older person. I cannot stand that. I hate that so much.
I think he really was just looking for conversation.
I do not care.
And he was just choosing very odd topics.
Hey, are you paying me? I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you outside of the common decency of you and I are both human beings right here, right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be a dick, but like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mean.
Right.
I'll suck it up, you know, but it's just like, don't do that, you know?
Yeah.
Don't put that on somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't say, oh, it has butterflies on it. Like, fuck off. Stop. Just stop. What are you doing? That is the equivalent of going, nice weather we've been having. Fuck you. Fuck you. Come up with something better. Did you see the game last night? Enraged.
This is why I can't go anywhere with you.
This is why you can't go anywhere with me. Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm joking.
No, you're not. No. Every joke has a morsel of truth or something.
I did know my hour out would absolutely have caused you to lose your absolute mind.
Oh, like, no,
you would have been going mental.
I would have been losing it. I mostly would have been losing it. I don't even think I take it all back. I don't really think I'd be losing it. I'm not saying in the moment
you'd say anything. I'm saying you'd walk away and you'd go, what the fuck? I was going to say, like,
after the first thing, we would have gotten in the car and I would have gone,
yeah.
What are we doing?
Your reactions are all after the fact. You wouldn't say anything.
And then after the whole McDonald's thing, I would have gotten back in the car and been like, what the fuck is going on today? Oh my God. Everybody didn't take their crazy pills, or they took the crazy pills.
Yeah,
whichever
they all
one.
took the crazy pills. Yeah, it was bad.
They didn't take their pills to keep their crazy in check, or they took all the pills to make them crazy.
It was so bad that upon leaving the McDonald's, which again, I know I'm saying 60% of the story. I didn't intend to be at the McDonald's, but I was. Upon leaving, and I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, nothing feels right now. Like, I need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I locked eyes with a woman, and she straight up was like, eyes wide, like, hands up. Like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. Like, that's how much weird shit was going on. And clearly, like, everyone who wasn't a part of it was aware of it. And we were just like, this is too much. I'm sorry. This is a McDonald's, everyone. Like, we need to go home.
Yeah.
So... It wasn't
crazy
just me.
Stuff.
I'm not crazy. But it was too much. I just wanted a nice, like, hour. And it went so backwards. But that's fine. It is what it is. How are you doing? How was your hour to yourself? I hope it was relaxing.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing weird happened.
No. Well, not that I can think of.
Consider yourself lucky.
The only thing was I kept thinking, Shelby's been gone for a really long time.
I was actually kind of shocked you didn't text me in any capacity. Not that I was expecting it, but I just was like, I've been held up a lot longer than I thought. And I'm just like, I literally made it seem like I was going to be gone for like, just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just didn't care.
It also wasn't that long. It was literally like
No, it wasn't. It was like, oh, she must have found some good stuff.
Yeah.
She's taking her time.
That's
it. I mean, after about 3 hours, I probably would have assumed you were kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because then, peek behind the curtain, you absolutely wouldn't have texted me. This whole McDonald's fiasco could have gone on for another 45 minutes, and you would have never once thought,
that's not true.
I should let Spencer know.
That's not true.
After about 3 hours, I would have, because I wouldn't have heard anything for 3 hours, I would have absolutely assumed.
That also like never
potentially
happens.
Dead.
Normally I'm like, oh my God, I found this. Or, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Or, oh my God, people here are crazy. I would text something. But anyway, I'm glad you had a chill day.
Very chill, yeah.
Good. Happy to hear it.
Fairly chill week, honestly.
I'm happy for you.
What was wrong with your week?
Oh, it just felt like exhausting and endless. That was it. I'm fine.
Okay.
Anyway, do you remember?
Here we go.
A few weeks ago, we went on a cruise.
Yes.
Can you imagine if you said no? Well, what if?
Wait, no, you're right. Take it back.
Do you remember a few weeks ago we went on a cruise?
We never went on a cruise.
Well, imagine if you had. Now, picture yourself. It's 2025.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Now I'm actually lost.
Okay, we just went on a cruise.
Right.
It'll make sense in 2 seconds. It'll make sense actually at the end of the podcast.
So we were on a cruise.
Yeah.
Now imagine it's 2 years
2025, yeah.
And 2 years ago I was on a cruise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What if it was just as easy to go to a hotel in outer space as it was to go on a cruise?
Well, Shelby, that's a really good question. And I think if you looked at the topography of the United States of America, you'd see why such an idea is impossible. You see, because when it comes to mountains, it's impossible to go through a mountain. And so you have to get off the train and you have to walk around the I'm sorry, did you say train? Did you say high-speed trains and being able to get across the country, or did you say you said outer space?
I said Conestoga wagon.
You said the Oregon Trail.
I said Oregon Trail.
You
have to try and not get dysentery.
You have to start just outside of Busch Stadium or the Arch.
Right. And go straight west to where the sun sets. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Foolish of me I keep forgetting because of the whole topography thing. That's why we can't do trains.
Right.
You want to go up.
Up.
Okay.
Straight up. Yeah. So,
like straight up, tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
Mm-hmm, that song was immediately playing in my head. So I saw this in a Boston Uncovered article, which they took it from an Architectural Digest article from a year prior.
I gotta be honest, I'm already getting mad.
Oh, you're gonna be furious.
I'm already getting mad.
You're gonna be furious. This is gonna be like, if I'm not just setting this up for us to yell about rich people, I don't know what else I'm doing today. But just hear me out a little. I only have some details.
I can't.
Because this is all just like, it's not hypothetical, like it's in the works, but like nothing exists currently.
Oh my fucking God.
So the company Above Space Development has 2 slated hotel space stations. They are called the Voyager Station and the Pioneer Station. I saw some mixed things. Some are saying both will be good in 2025. Some are saying just Pioneer. It doesn't fucking matter. They plan to open at least one of them in 2025. They use the hashtag Space is for Everyone, which is just riddled with what feels like the most backhanded comment ever. But regardless, They currently have an umbrella agreement with NASA to test their systems and whatever at their facilities, because NASA's kind of just like, what do we do? So they're kind of using their facilities, testing their equipment, testing different ideas that can be both for government programs, can be for private programs, can be for anything they're curious about. And it's read on their site, sharing some of their findings with NASA. So it's kind of a shared agreement. So the Space Station Hotel. If I ever just say space station, I am talking about the hotel, just in case. It's like weird to call it a fucking hotel. So literally think shopping, dining, relaxing, all of the above. They'd like to focus on recreational activities, such as, this is from their site, such as basketball, so guests can take advantage of the varying artificial gravities that will be on the space station. The hotel will include a mix of artificial gravity and zero-G in different areas, so that you're not like physically unwell by having no gravity, or, you know, it helps you stay there longer by having gravity, but also you get to take part of being in space. 0G, baby. Comment specifically about the Voyager station, which is a massive one that's meant to hold up to 400 guests, versus the Pioneer is set to only host 28 as it currently stands. The station has been designed from the start to accommodate business, manufacturing, national space agencies conducting low-gravity research, and space tourists who want to experience life on a large space station with the comfort of low gravity and the feel of a luxury hotel. So I would presume technically, like, it's going to be used for multi-things. Like, there probably won't, I'm assuming, ever be 400 luxury travelers there. It can also be used for like future government programs, I'm sure, or whatever. So the rough plan is to offer stays of 4 days to 2 weeks, and that will heavily depend on financials and ability to adjust as like just an average person. Because obviously, as we all know, astronauts go through pretty rigorous training to just get shot up into space.
Nope.
So they're like, hopefully people can adjust well, which they're working with this. There's a lot of stats on like how the gravity is going to work. That should help with that. I don't care, but that's the whole idea. There is currently no comment on the cost of these trips. But as a jumping off point, Virgin Galactic, the group who's offering private, you go up into space, their their pricing starts at $450,000 per person per trip. So safe to assume it's going to be expensive. But the team has stated, as space travel becomes more normal.
Why do you always sit like off the fucking
camera? What? I can move in. It feels.
You like always lean
like
off.
So tight. As space travel becomes more normal, they hope to make the pricing similar to that of cruises. So that is kind of all. That's truly the base knowledge that's out, because anything else gets super mathematic-y and whatever. So that's fucking wild. And I was just a little bit like, it's been a conversation for years, right? Like, oh, we're going to start just like leisurely going into space, which is like insane, or that and that. But like my brain never jumped to like, there will be a literal hotel in outer space. It's basically going to look like a giant Ferris wheel, and it's going to rotate, and that will have some effect on the specific gravity they're creating. So yeah.
There's so much fucking wrong with this.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin.
When you asked me what we're talking about, and I just said a new form of travel, did you even begin to assume this is what I was talking about?
I'm honestly so fucking upset.
I'm sorry.
I just don't understand what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand what any of us are doing. I don't understand the point of any of this. And I know we've talked about that in the past. There doesn't need to be a point, and that's fine. But why
are we doing this?
Why are we not focusing on making things better here?
I know.
Before, I don't even want to know how much this costs.
I couldn't find like I couldn't find anything specific.
It's stupid.
Oh, yes,
it's
absolutely.
So stupid.
Yeah.
And like, I feel for the families of the people who inevitably decide to do this. Because I hope it goes terribly wrong.
Oh my God.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off. And like, I hate that. Like everything in our lives is just the billionaire's playground.
Yeah.
And they just kind of, they just move things around however they fucking want. And they just manipulate things that should not be manipulated. And it doesn't matter. Who cares? Fucking Jeff Bezos, right? He did his whole like space trip thing.
Yeah.
And William Shatner also went with him. And if you don't know who William Shatner is, he was Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek.
Okay.
Like the TV show that ran in like whatever year.
Yeah.
The 1890s. And so he's super old. He's like 90 something.
Yeah.
And he went up into space and they land and they have cameras and everything. And you can tell that this 90-year-old man, like the equivalent of a Christian meeting God, he saw space and could not fucking believe it. And he was trying to put into words and then snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Jeff Bezos is popping champagne like, we went to space. And I'm just like, oh, you're fucking evil. Yeah. You're so fucking evil. I hate it so much, dude. I hate it so much. And like, of course, this is what we're focusing on. Of course, the camera's not focusing. It's just like, it blows my fucking mind that this is what we're doing. And like, $450,000 or whatever is going to be the cost of a stay to start, right? That's what you said?
It's the...
like the proposed, like,
it's
whatever.
The jumping off point because of Virgin voyages. The actual group hasn't come out with
like,
price.
People are going to have to work at this place. There's going to have to be workers, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think they're going to get paid?
I can't even think about that part.
And they're going to be plucking these people just like cruises from all over the place. But the primary people who are going to be going up there are going to be American.
Yep.
Like, you just know it.
Yeah.
You just know it.
And
it's so funny. It is so funny to me that we clearly did not learn anything from the fucking Titanic thing that just happened. Because this isn't NASA putting this all together.
No.
It's somebody through the, like, we talked to NASA and now we're doing it sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not the actual experts. It's some dude with a fat fucking wallet who said, I bought up all of the real estate in Georgia and now there's nothing else for me to buy. And then he like looked up one day and was like, oh my God, of course. It's all been above me this entire time. Just absolute fucking evil villain shit.
Yeah, I can't remember a timeline, but when we were told like NASA was all but shutting down, like basically was like diminishing all projects because they didn't know what to do. I forget we were in college when that happened?
Late high school? Might have been high school.
Late high school, I think, yeah. My brain didn't think, you know what the next thing we should do is? Create recreational or leisure travel.
Also, I just don't think in like I never want, like, this does not appeal to me whatsoever.
No, me neither.
People are like, but it's space. Wouldn't it be so cool? Maybe. Probably not. Because here's the thing.
I think the experience of getting to space would literally make me shit myself.
There's already ways for me on Earth where there's a large amount of oxygen for me to breathe. There's already ways for me to not have oxygen. Why would I want to go somewhere where there is zero oxygen and it's all got to just be in packs and stuff, just pumped out there? Like, unless they're going to have just a big long hose back to Earth.
They're going to, and the guy with an air pump.
He only has to start pumping in emergencies.
Right.
Yeah. No, but like.
No, absolutely.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Do you want to go in a submarine down to see the Titanic? Even with professionals, not some fucking Joe Schmo who's like, we're going to do it because I have money. We're going to do it because why not? Right? If somebody was like, you want to go do that? No. Do you want to go scuba diving? No. Do you want to go snorkeling? Probably not. Like, one of my greatest fears is like any form of like suffocating, drowning, effectively like not being able to have oxygen anymore.
Yeah.
Which, hey, if there's a big man up there, kudos with this whole lung issue. Right? Because like that only heightens it 90 times over.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are we doing?
It makes me I hate all of it, obviously. The thing that like really gets me is the idea, which of course they're going to do this because it makes them more money, is the idea that they're like, we're going to make this so normal, anyone can do it. And that is like so not good. No one should be, in my opinion, literally no, it shouldn't be a leisure. It should not be a leisure, in my opinion. I think learning about space is incredible. I think, exploration can be positive. I don't think leisure, let's see what we can do, is like the move.
I mean, all of these like
I don't want to play basketball in outer space.
Pickleball?
No.
All of these things are going to be obsolete in 25 years, 30 years. All of these like activities, all of these like excursion type things and trips and experiences that people can do are going to be obsolete because the average person anymore does not have the means to be able to even begin to sniff and afford this type of shit. Think about it. The cruise we were on, how many young people were on that?
Not many.
And you could sit here and go, well, cruises are more like pushed to like older people. And maybe. But I don't think so. I didn't
realize, I don't know if it was the cruise we're on specifically, but I didn't realize how many cruises offer kids travel free. Which explains a lot as to why that can be a go-to family vacation.
That still doesn't really explain why you would bring a like fresh out the womb baby, but
it explained the amount of families that were there.
Yeah.
A bit. But yeah, no, there were not a lot of young people.
But you know what I mean? Like nobody's going to be able to have like, because things aren't going to change. People aren't just suddenly going to have thousands of dollars to blow on going to some novelty thing, like going to space. So you're going to bleed basically our parents and older dry while they're still around on Earth. You're going to pull them off of it while you can. And then everything's going to shut down and then we're going to be blamed because nobody wants to vacation anymore. You're quiet quitting vacation.
I have like a really hard time even believing this is all going to happen and that it won't run out of funding before that. Or it won't.
Which is only going to piss me off more.
Post-opening, it won't maintain funding. I mean, literally, if NASA couldn't keep up, how the fuck?
People are going to die. 100%.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just like, I just don't see it as like, okay, the whole, like, it's going to be expensive at the beginning and the whole, what is that called? Early, like when you like are willing to pay.
Early adopter.
Yes. they're obviously going to need early adopters to even slightly make it average person affordable. I don't forever foresee it being average person affordable.
People are going to die 100%.
I'm saying I don't see there being enough early adopters to offset the cost that it will ever.
No,
I just don't see it happening. There has to be
But again, people will 100% die.
I mean, I hope not.
They're going to. No, they will. They're going to set a deadline. And the people who are setting the deadline,
right, aren't going
much like in other areas,
right,
aren't the ones who are actually hammering and welding,
right,
and they're going to give a deadline, and if it's not ready by then, and the stakes are even fucking higher because you're in fucking space. This isn't Firefest,
right?
Where like eventually other humans are going to be able to come to your aid.
Right.
It's space.
Yeah.
You will die up there.
Yeah.
If you get there.
Right.
Can't wait to see what that system is.
They didn't really talk about that.
If it's just doing rockets, like I've watched so many rockets blow up. So many. And like, yeah, so many of Space
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This dude's obsessed with fucking X. That's Elon, right?
Yeah.
He's SpaceX, right?
Oh, you like just realized SpaceX and him renaming Twitter X?
Yeah, and there's a Tesla Model X.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so... oh my fucking god. Oh my god. He's just such a loser. It's not even cool. Yeah. Like, it's not even remotely cool.
Yeah.
He didn't name fucking Twitter Gorgon the Destroyer. That would have been cool. Like, Jesus.
You just sort of reverse the letters of Twitter.
Oh my god. Anyway, I've watched so many, and like, they weren't manned. Or womaned. No, with him, manned was the right word. So it's not like, it's not like the Challenger and stuff like that, right? But nonetheless, like throughout history,
I mean, shit can happen.
I think more often than not, launches probably are failures. And then it's the whole thing where it's like, we meant for it to fail. And it's just like, yeah, but it still blew up at the end of the day, right? Like, even if that's what you were going for, that doesn't look good.
Right.
That doesn't instill confidence in me.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I do not believe it for a second. And I know it's fucked up to say, and I know it's like dark to say, but without a doubt, people will die. And I know in any sort of travel, people die, right?
Right.
But like, people will die because of poor decision making on other people's parts.
Yeah. Obviously I think there's levels upon levels of things wrong with all of it, but I was curious because I mean, I think my brain was just like, I don't know why I really held on to the equating it to cruising. I don't know why, but I literally was sitting here and I was like, cruises are already environmentally speaking, cruises are already recognized as a pretty garbage way of travel. Like, you're on a floating home that is generating waste at a level that is just like not good. It's a threat to marine life. It quite often is bad for like, it can be bad for the places they're going and the communities they're kind of like forcing themselves upon. So I just did a really quick Google search and was like, what would you say the environmental impact is of, I did just put space travel because like, it's not, we haven't really dug into like leisure space travel versus blah blah whatever. From Time magazine, from the article, there's no way to make space travel good for planet Earth right now. According to a report from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, a single passenger aboard a rocket is responsible for 100 times more climate changing pollution than a passenger aboard an airplane. Just because the amount of like all the fucking fuel that you watch just absolutely, obviously get like blasted out the back so it can propel.
Yeah, how do rockets work?
It just gets blasted out the back.
Can't wait to have Alex on to talk to us about space.
You have to remember that line for then.
And how would you? That just blasts out the back, right?
Right? Yeah.
It's just that's just
how rockets
the fuel
work.
that it's just shooting out.
But yeah,
and actively lighting.
All of that gas is literally just in the air at that point. You're literally shooting also gas straight into the fucking ground. It's just there's levels of problems.
Yeah.
Also, just like, okay, we have a hotel in space. They clearly are going to need resource supplies. How the fuck is all that getting back and forth? How frequently does all that have to get back and forth? They were like, they had photo, which all of it was like simulated, like this is what it will look like. But they were like, no, you'll go to like a nice like lounge and like drink and like all this shit.
And that's what I mean. Like,
and like we were mind blown about that on a boat.
Right.
Picture that in fucking space.
That's what I mean. It's like literally. I hope it can't happen. The problem with that is it pisses me off that already so much money has clearly been dumped into it.
Right.
So I'm already pissed off.
Right.
Because that could have gone to any number of better causes.
It's really interesting, though, because the articles are like, people are going to be there. But if you go on their site, they're like, oh, well, it's also for research. It's also for this. And it's like, yeah, research is probably going to be government funded, which you'll make money. You'll be compensated most likely. But like they're clearly like the articles are pushing like, which it might just be clickbait. Like you're gonna go into space.
Okay.
Versus being like it's like the website is saying their site is saying it's both. But articles about it are like, you'll get to go into space. Maybe.
Right.
So that could be
all
clickbait.
Right.
That could 1000% be clickbait pushing it. Because you're not gonna care like, wow, we're building a thing so people can go up and research.
Well, it's not that people are going to research. It's that research is going to be happening while people also are afforded the luxury of going up to space.
I believe that would be the idea. Yeah.
I don't hate it as much. I still hate it a lot, though.
Yeah.
There's no need. There's no need.
You wouldn't be going.
There's no need for the human element. The
you
only
wouldn't be
thing
going
there is,
all out if you weren't hoping to make money off people wanting to do it for fun.
The only thing there is that, like, the people are the cash cow.
Right.
That you bleed to then push into the research.
Probably.
Which, I don't know. Why did NASA need to be shut down? Probably because it's terribly hard to fund shit that we don't need to do.
Right. Or just don't know enough
about. We
about.
don't need to go up to space.
We don't need outer space.
We do need
Earth
to research
is on a pedestal.
The ocean.
Earth is on a pedestal.
His name's Atlas.
Have you ever seen a globe and it like rotates and it has the bar around it? That's literally what we are.
Say again?
You know, like a globe? It either is on a pedestal or if it's like suspended,
Atlas.
it's like on a bar.
Do you get my joke?
I do get your joke.
You didn't laugh once.
I'm sorry. It's very funny. We're both trying to argue space isn't real.
But which one of us is going to say the thing? The real truth?
But how can a piece of paper be forever falling in space?
If the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're forever just falling.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So maybe let's not do that. What do we think? Let's not do it. Grogu agrees.
Yeah, because I mean, no matter what, like the money could just be pumped into research
instead. I just don't believe you're making a 400-person facility for research.
Again, it's definitely not just for research.
Luxury living.
It's definitely not just for research.
I know.
There are going to be 200 to 300 people there who are not doing any research.
Right.
Outside of, like...
Yeah.
Researching who they truly are.
It's going to be...
spiritual during their Zumba classes. Dude,
it's going to be the next Succession, like... We're going to go meet out in the Hamptons. No, we're going to go meet out at Voyager. It wasn't Voyager, but we're going to go meet out at the Space Hotel. See you there in 5 days. Grogu, tell him. Tell him.
Not happy.
Tell him this is stupid. You're against it.
I'm not happy about space travel because, as far as we know, there's no plans for cats to be allowed in space.
Right, and that's not okay. Grogu would look great in a little suit. I saw a really old Disney movie on the service that said "My Cat from Outer Space," and it was an orange boy. And I went, "Is that our cat?" I think he was the star of that movie.
He doesn't know what he's doing. This is great. I'm happy that you brought up about movies and streaming services and stuff. The most recent update was that SAG asked for 2% of all streaming revenue to go to the actors.
Yeah.
And the executives said 2% is too much.
They said too much. Too much.
Which is, I mean...
Which means they were basically hoping the answer was 0.
That's just so insane to me.
Yeah.
2% is too much.
Grogu, will you tell him? Will you tell him?
2% is too much? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You're just not thinking.
Truly.
If you do $100 million deal, right?
Yeah.
$2 million of that has to go to
all the actors.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's not going to be split up evenly.
Probably not.
It's going to be split up based on the percentages of how much somebody had as a part, like Brad Pitt.
1% goes to the extra who walked in the dining scene, and 20% goes to Brad Pitt.
Yeah, except it's going to be way less than 1% to the one person.
Yeah, I know.
And maybe 20% is about right for Brad Pitt. So that's crazy. So that's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Just nuts. But yeah, hopefully we see a resolution soon.
Hell yeah. I was really, at the beginning of this week, I was like, we really need to have like a lighthearted episode. And then I did the exact opposite.
I feel like
not the exact opposite.
Last week lighthearted?
Yeah, I just feel like we need more, you know?
Gotcha. Well, I know how to make things a little more lighthearted.
Okay.
Go get the chocolate. Here we go.
Oh my god, I almost forgot.
It's Chock-a-Clock. That's right. Everybody's favorite SMSoup segment. It's chocolate. What are these called? Chocolate. Box of chocolate roulette. Where we do not know what is in each chocolate. Shelby does not like things in her chocolate. She only likes regular chocolate for the most part. So we sit here and we try to see if Shelby can eat these things. I believe you are 3-2.
That sounds about right.
Because last week was 3 good chocolates.
Which was crazy.
And then we stopped. So we'll never go. The rules are being made as we go. We'll never go beyond 3 chocolates tasted, but we also stop immediately when Shelby dislikes one.
Yeah.
So
those are fair rules.
Yeah.
So
because the way I said it was, I never want to make you
keep eating
stuff that you don't like.
Yeah.
Like, one is funny.
Yeah.
And if you like it, it's like, okay, well, we roll the dice again.
Right.
But if you immediately don't like the first one, I'm not about to make you eat another thing that you don't like.
Yeah.
I'm a benevolent god.
Too kind.
Benevolent?
So there are, I think so. So there are 6
Malignant?
6 pieces left in this layer.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, since the day I opened this box,
you're very intrigued by the one that's wrapped.
I'm very intrigued by the one that's wrapped, but it also has scared me because why does that need to be wrapped?
It's got egg in it.
No. I'm going to do the foil, which means there's going to be a lot of crinkling. Like, does that mean it's white chocolate? There hasn't been much different.
Yeah, you would think like if anything they would put like a nut one in there to like let you know like, hey, if you're allergic to nuts, don't eat this one.
It looks like all the other ones. It does have a stamp on the top for like decoration.
Very cute. Very cute.
None of the others have that.
Maybe this one's straight chocolate.
That'd be sick. I don't like it.
You have
it is.
You have the biggest teeth and at the same time the weakest teeth. How can you not bite it?
I do. They're really sensitive because they're so big. Grogu.
Do you want to finish that before you fucking melt all over your goddamn hands? Jesus Christ, woman. We got a cat. All right. So we've loved this segment, and we've talked about how we're going to eventually do, and I don't know if it'll just be one full episode or if it's going to be like...
That's some good chocolate.
Segment to segment as well, or episode to episode as well, just because it's fun to like drag these things out. But we want to do the generic versus name brand. But one thing that we know is going to be across multiple episodes, starting next episode, now that Shelby and I are living in the South, the deep South, the racist South. Is North Carolina racist?
Isn't everywhere racist?
Yes, true. Good point. I mean, we did come from Boston, which like...
Hidden racist.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Huge underlying racist. Oh yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Like, bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is actually, I mean, I was about to be like, that's really upsetting. Anyone in fucking ever, but especially this day and age, it's very upsetting to still like genuinely see just like racist people. Mm-hmm. And obviously racism is like built into our society, but like just straight up see like people being racist is like really fucking disgusting. And it was so, I watched so many vlogs of people touring Boston, and the amount of like, of course, like you and I aren't gonna like see it unless we like see someone talking about it or like see, unfortunately, someone being treated poorly. Yeah, like we're not gonna firsthand experience it. But I was like,
because we're both white passing.
No, we're just white.
Oh.
I was so upset at hearing like how many people have really horrible experiences in Boston. And again, I know they can happen literally anywhere because people fucking suck. But it was just really upset me because I was like, you know, just like really felt good about Boston. I mean, I still enjoy the city, like don't get me wrong, but yeah, it just is like, it's shitty. The more and more you're like, God, people just have like shitty fucking situations everywhere. Mm-hmm. Fucking sucks.
Anyway, now that we're in the South,
yeah,
we've noticed like chicken chains that I definitely never noticed up in Boston, and
well,
they
I mean,
could be
Southern
there.
Fried Chicken is like a whole thing,
right? So we thought like now that we have all of them within like shouting distance, to do a which chain chicken does it best?
Chicken
like,
taste test.
Obviously, if you go to your friend who's from South Carolina and you go to their grandmother's house, her chicken is definitely going to be better.
Or
than
probably
any of these places.
mom and pop chains.
Yeah, but we're gonna go to ones that are like names.
Yeah.
That people should know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Notable omission from the list is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And that's because they hate gay people and...
We were looking for Southern style.
Yeah, and like...
Or at least more leaning towards.
Chick-fil-A, they're like mainstream chicken. Yeah. Whereas like KFC...
Literally Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the thought process there.
Yeah.
Do you want to eat another piece?
Yeah,
like, holy shit.
Sorry. I don't know if
I was just trying to fill the gap, and like now there's going to be a gap again because you had to like waste time. How do you not just fucking bite through? Oh my God, Shelby.
What is that weird cream again?
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What is that? Ooh. Isn't that just white chocolate?
Mm-mm. If it is, I don't know. I don't like it. I guess it could be. It tastes very acidic in my mouth.
Acidic?
Yeah. White chocolate ever tastes really like, not acidic, like chemically to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's white chocolate.
Don't like that.
I like that. That was good. That was delicious.
I thought you didn't like white chocolate.
I'm just happy I got to have a nice little treat. I like white chocolate. What are you on about?
Okay, sorry.
So starting next week, we're going to be doing one chicken place a week, and we're going to be reviewing and figuring it out and getting to the bottom. And we're definitely going to forget week over week which ones were better, but it doesn't matter.
It's going to be impossible to actually judge week over week.
But also, we're not going to like become those people who like get like 9 different fast food chains and like sit here and actually try to eat it, because then we are actually going to be 300 pounds.
Also, just like at the end of the day, it's comparing chicken to chicken.
Yeah, who cares? But yeah, so, you know, we're continuing this whole like not drinking alcohol thing, and instead we're replacing
all the
it
fried
with
food
fried
possible.
Chicken.
Yeah,
we're getting it like once a week instead of drinking one a day. So
we're fine.
We can stop whenever we want.
So hungry.
All right, we're wrapping this up.
Okay. Thanks everyone for being here for this super fun episode. If you didn't know, both Spencer and my socials are always in the description of the episode. And you can, if you haven't watched the episode, you can on YouTube. And follow the episode socials, SMSoup Podcast, on TikTok and Instagram. He's like heavy breathing. So we're going to go feed our cat now. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week for some chicken tasting.
Bye.
Bye. God.
He's back.